So it's that time of year. Plant some onions. And we got a lot more than this. Maybe 2 more bundles. We had a really good rain last night that kind of watered in our revised bed here. And this is where we're going to be planting everything. And hopefully this will be plenty of room. If not, I've got kind of a spare bed here that can be extra that we can use as well. So, time to plant some onions. Okay, let's get started here. These are Texas sweet onions, and we had such good success with them last year. I bought them from a different spot here. It's more of a local spot. I always like to support local when I can. And see how little they are. These things are great versus the sets that you can buy. I much prefer these, and there's not a whole lot of I don't know what the word is. Technique to this, I suppose. Just sort of set these in here like this. Tend to leave about 4 inches in between, or try to. These end up pretty thick. The thing is, you don't want to plant too deep. I'll go ahead and do 1 row spaced out here, like this. Yeah, so you kind of see the process here that I've got going on. And just sort of, the soil is so loose. It's easy to just plant straight into the ground. I can just push it in. I don't have to dig or anything. That's how I like it. Use this here to sort them out on. Some people say this is planting them too thick, but we always have really good success. And not all of them make it for whatever reason. So I'd rather it be thick in that regard. Always thin if I had to thin. That was already a pretty good little bundle right there. I'll put him up here. I'd hoped to get these in before the rain yesterday, and that just didn't happen. I think the soil may be a little more compacted than what it could be. Yeah. Don't know how interesting it is watching someone plant onions. I decided to use a little saucer here so I can kind of break the bunches up and plant, at least for now, plant the biggest ones and continue on. I think it's so hard to reach across the other side with this the way it is, so I'll just plant these like this instead. Don't know exactly how many we're planting today. Always kind of count them after the fact. Last year we had about 180, something like that. So it's a pretty good many. We use them in all kinds of, people always say, what do you do with so much onion? I put them on any of the soups and stews, and to make good, go on a burger or something with the relish, and put them on pizza and all kinds of stuff like that. The trick is keeping them watered enough so that they stay healthy. They love water, and they love fertilizer. That's one thing that I'm going to have to get. I've kind of transitioned away from soluble fertilizer to more of a granular form. If you use the granular form, you really need more water on them just to get it to soak in. Not necessarily that it burns it or anything. It just needs to soak in. So up here and doing little pores like that. With little half rows, little intermittent rows. End up with 6 each. It's always a gamble as to how many onions to buy. Did I buy enough? Did I not buy enough? Did I buy too much? Just kind of eyeballing this. I think we may end up with a lot of real estate left. I could be mistaken. Well, I've got half this bed planted, or maybe not quite 2/3. Reasonably thick, so I got a whole pot left, and there's a whole row left to do here.